It was a very beautiful day out today. And so I did 100 push-ups, 100 squats. And you might be thinking like, well, that's it? Well, since I hadn't have been outside for a while, working out, and I have like a punching bag set up and everything, most of what I did was like just a lot of bag work. So I was really practicing like roundhouse kicks, just doing like, 1 2 roundhouse, 1 2 roundhouse, practicing that. I did a couple rounds on the bag. I didn't record any of that footage. I wasn't thinking to record any of it because it was just kind of like in the moment type of thing. And then I was like, well, since I'm out here, I might as well just work out. And since I had already kind of had some energy that I had spent already, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do 100 squats, 100 push-ups. So I guess maybe it was a bit of like a rest day per se, when at least when it comes to like muscle fatigue. But I definitely did work out my heart. So doing some drills on the punching bag is really good for cardio for sure. It's a very fun way to do cardio. If you don't enjoy doing like walking, or if you don't enjoy doing like high interval types of cardio workouts or whatever the case may be. So before the squats and push-ups, I did was 3 rounds. No, I did 6 rounds on the bag. So each round being 3 minutes and having a 1 minute rest in between each round. Um, Most of the time, I was just kind of focusing on, at least for the first 2 rounds, I just focused on going like 1 2 roundhouse kick, 1 2 roundhouse kick. Then I would switch legs and arm positionings, and foot patterns and stuff like that. And then the last round, the third round, I would just freestyle. I would just punch the bag. I would just pummel the bag, and then I'll repeat this for like the next 3 rounds. And then after the push-ups and the squats, I did more rounds. I just did like 2 rounds because I ended up having to take my sister to her dance practice. But I really did enjoy myself, especially out in this very nice weather, because I haven't had this nice sunny weather in a good bit, and especially when I had time to do so. I didn't have to go to school or anything today. No assignments that are like really hanging over my head or causing too much of a burden. So I just like went crazy, and I definitely did have fun on the punching bag. Maybe I should have recorded myself, but I don't know. I just wasn't worrying about that. I wasn't thinking about that. Because again, it was just like a spur of the moment. I was like, man, I need to go sweat. And I was looking at the temperature. It was like 63, 65 degrees. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go outside and work out. So I have this tarp right here because the ground, it was still kind of like wet. I mean, if you walk on top of it, it's gonna be dry. But if you put pressure on it, like I noticed when I was doing push-ups just on the bare ground, I ended up getting like mud and like dirt and water onto my hands. So I put down the tarp so then my feet wouldn't get all muddy and stuff like that. And then, I'd be less likely to like slip or trip or anything like that. Also, of course, it would just be cleaner. I wouldn't be tracking, any mud or dirt throughout the house. But in general, the tarp worked pretty well just for, just being there in general. Especially when I was doing a lot of kicks and just a lot of like different types of footwork. It was like the first time in a while where I like sweated like a lot from like head to toe. It just really made me feel like I was like actually like really putting in some work, really training. Because it's like with this cooler weather that we've been having, we've basically just been just like stiff and cold and cooped up, and literally not being able to sweat. Like, it's crazy like how many workout sessions I've had where I by the end of it, I'm like barely sweating. I don't even have like a drop falling off of my face. All I get is like a greasy forehead or something like that. But yeah, I love the sun. And basically not being able to be outside in it and to actually enjoy the heat of the sun just really just kind of like made me realize like how much I love being in the sun and working out in the sun. A couple days ago, I did get a comment, of someone asking like, you don't work out outside anymore. And I responded saying like, well, it's because of like the current weather. But yeah, I would definitely would try and work out like every day outside if I could. If like, of course the weather wouldn't be like atrocious or very cold or anything like that. Or it's somewhat withstandable to where I can be like, okay, I think this is fine to work out in. But especially over the summer, I'll definitely try and work out a lot in the outdoors. And like the weather, it is slightly warming up now, but I'm not gonna expect that I'm gonna be outside working out every day because I'm gonna have school and just other obligations to where it's like I'm gonna have to work out later in the day. And of course later in the day at night is gonna be cooler. So, I'm not gonna shoot a video of me like working out in the dark. Like, you guys are probably gonna barely see me. I'm already black and I'm just in a dark space, like, bro, come on. So, it'll be best for me to just work out in the gym room or my bedroom if I do that, when recording those videos. But it just kind of reminds me like of me going to like playgrounds and like these outdoor exercise parks, working out in the sun there. That's probably like one of the best ways to train, to be honest. You're getting fresh air, you're getting sunlight, possible interaction. You can run into people that are like, interested in what you're doing, or people who know about what you're doing, and then they try and teach you, or you try and teach them, stuff like that. Just all being outdoors, just being active. You know, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's about all I have to say, to be honest, about this. Just something simple. Like I can talk about me doing punching bag drills. I didn't do anything crazy. I wasn't trying to, it's not like I'm the next, big MMA fighter or whatever. I was literally just practicing basics. I was practicing 1, 2, so basically my jab and my cross, and then I was doing roundhouse kicks. So just like 1, 2 roundhouse kick, 1, 2 roundhouse kick. I would just repeat that combo over and over again. I definitely noticed like with each repetition of like roundhouse kicks, okay, I'm thinking like, okay, my foot can go here, my foot placement can be here. Okay, I accidentally hit my shin. Let me make sure I, hit in the right place and get all the angles right. And like I noticed that my left leg, my left kick, is not as good as my right kick, but that's because it's like, my right side is my dominant side. So I just kind of have to get used to kicking with my left side. But as I was going on, and as I did each rep of kicking, I was able to just get better and better at being able to kick the bag. It started to feel like lethargic almost, or I don't know how to say it. Maybe that's not the right word, but it's kind of meditative maybe, where I was just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. But I definitely enjoyed myself, that's for sure. That's about it. See you guys in the next video.